can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Hey, Daddy, put hands on you, give you real black eyes. Come on, don't do that. And that's the truth. I mean, you could. I've had about enough.
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he a comedian.
You know you crossed the line when Ice Cube, yeah, the same Ice Cube who wrote No Vaseline, takes time out of his billionaire grind just to check you. But Aries Spears, he didn't just diss Cube, he went after the man's whole legacy. His music, his acting, everything, while sitting on Big Boy's neighborhood. He straight up called Cube trash as both a rapper and an actor. Cube heard it loud and clear, and he clapped back, called Aries irrelevant, not funny, and said he ain't even close to being in the top 10 of black comedians. But guess who jumped in next? 50 Cent. Because if there's one thing 50 lives for, it's flaming somebody who's already catching L's. It all started off like a regular barbershop convo, Big Boy casually ranking rappers, just vibes. But Aries?
Ice Cube is a motherfucking lyricist.
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting wise.
Really?
He's the same.
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave now? Or?
He flipped the whole segment upside down. Soon as Ice Cube's name came up, Aries didn't hold back for a second, and he wasn't done there. He came for It Was a Good Day like it was nothing. One of the most legendary West Coast anthems ever, and he just trashed it like it was a joke.
You don't think that...
One of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I want to shoot the radio. Today was a good day.
Even Big Boy's co-host tried to play it off with a laugh, but Aries kept going full wild mode. He launched into this weird impersonation of Cube as a gynecologist, and the punchline?
Chung did a great joke. He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that thigh.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist, but what you just did is
so awkward the whole room just froze. Aries laughed, but nobody else did. You could feel the secondhand embarrassment in the air. And just when you thought he might back off, nah. Aries doubled down. He even threw shade at Tupac.
Not the greatest lyricist. He was energy. He was passion. He made you feel him. If that said, tear the club up, you wanted to tear the club up. Dear mama, you wanted to hug your mama. When you think about lyricism, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss, my lyrics spitter.
Yeah, he really went there. Aries Spears didn't just throw shots, he disrespected the entire West Coast. That's exactly how folks get blackballed out here for real.
Watch the comments. Now when people talk about, you ask anybody, no matter where their region, you know, give me a top 5 rappers. Pac's usually always in that list. Right. I don't ever put Pac up there with the top.
And the wildest part, Aries knew exactly what he was doing. At one point, he even looked dead into the camera like he wanted to smoke. And yeah, the backlash hit instantly. One fan said, I love Aries' skills, but bro, that Ice Cube slander, that's a no. Another called him out saying, this why Aries ain't got no weight. How you gonna say Pac or Cube wasn't lyrical? Sounds like he's mad, cause the West Coast snatched the crown back in the 80s and 90s.
Saw a comedian, speaking kind of bad about you, man.
Who is this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he...
But what Aries didn't see coming, the actual legends clapping back. Usually in this game, big names just stay silent. They let the noise pass. Not this time.
What he said?
What'd he say?
He said it was nothing about you impresses him. From movies to rapping, nothing at all impresses him. I'm like, wow, like what?
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that you know, they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool though. You know, everybody got their opinion and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's cool. You know, he entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. You know, I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians. You know what I mean? In the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register. What up?
Ice Cube wasn't about to let it slide. He hit back like a true OG, questioning Aries' entire relevance. He said Aries ain't even funny, not even top 10 in black comedy. It wasn't just a defense, it was a straight-up career downgrade.
You had some words about Ice Cube recently.
You know, Willie D called me.
Okay.
I was in Louisville, Kentucky. And this, I love Willie D, that's my man. But this called me like I disrespected his mama. He was like, Aries, man, you don't understand what Ice Cube done did for the culture, man, and hip hop. Why you say? And I go, Willie, it's a subjective opinion. I'm allowed to not like Ice Cube. I know, man.
Cube knew exactly what he was doing. This ain't his first rodeo. From penning tracks for NWA, to dropping one of the coldest diss songs ever, to making Friday a classic, to building the Big 3 League from scratch, Cube got receipts stacked everywhere. But here's the kicker, Aries wasn't done, even after legends roasted him and fans dragged him across the internet.
You don't like anything Ice Cube's done?
Nothing. Ice Cube does nothing for me as a rapper and an actor.
Okay.
Nothing.
Let's start with the rap. The Police, you don't think that's a classic song?
It's classic because of what it represents in terms of black struggle symbolism and what black people have gone through with the police historically. It's the song that makes you go, yeah! Yeah, I get how it can touch your emotions, but it don't do nothing for me.
Aries popped up on Vlad TV still doubling down. Like mocking Cube once wasn't bold enough, he came back like he had something to prove. But here's what Aries really didn't get. This wasn't just about Ice Cube anymore. Somewhere in a luxury suite, watching all the chaos unfold on his phone, was 50 Cent.
What do you think about 50 Cent's acting ability overall?
This is what I think about it. He did a movie with Sylvester Stallone where it was about them in these prisons that were like cubes. It wasn't, you know what I mean? And he played a computer tech. You know what separated 50 Cent from 50 Cent the rapper to the computer tech actor?
Glasses?
Now I'm a computer tech.
And yeah, Aries had something slick to say about him too. People thought 50 might just let it slide, keep it pushing with his billion projects. But nah, out of nowhere, 50 posted a low-key savage video. He never said a name, but the energy, everybody knew who that was for. That was 50's version of a drive-by, passive-aggressive and deadly.
Yeah, man. You gotta listen to this. Lulu. This Lulu. Nah, this hot right here.
But wait, why did 50 even step in?
Ice Cube was on when I'm just watching. Music. All of it.
Movies, all of it.
Yeah. I never really seen Ice Cube in films that weren't his. You know, like he kind of produced the vehicle that he was in. And it wasn't like he was just being an actor in someone else's film.
The man's got no free time. He's running Power, BMF, selling liquor, locking down TV deals, on world tours. He's booked and busy, so why this moment? Why now? Here's what folks forget. 50 and Ice Cube got real history, solid mutual respect. Cube was co-signing 50's movie hustle way before Hollywood gave him any credit. And 50, he's always given Cube his flowers in interviews. And Aries, he's the exact type of dude 50 loves to cook. Loud, bitter, and with no recent wins to his name. So when Aries started talking,
Hey, I'm the poster child for the world's biggest hater. If you look up the word hate, it's my picture. When did we get to a point where unless your opinion, and last time I checked as human beings, we're all allowed to opinions. At what point does it get to where unless your opinion is favorable about a person or a thing and goes with the flow of everyone else, you're a hater? I don't understand that.
50 pulled up with bars, real ones. He said,
Somebody sent me a clip where Ice Cube responded. He was on a radio show and the dude played him the snippet. And the first thing Ice Cube says is, well, most suckers don't like me. Then he goes on to say, I never heard of this dude. Then he finishes by saying, well, he's just not funny. Well, you can't have it both ways. If you don't know who I am, how do you know if I'm funny or not? So you can't have it both ways.
check my temperature. I'm ice cold. The hood left the left side of my chest froze. Need help with your bills? I'll write you a referral-ish. You might even get you a love contract.
For the record, I respect Ice Cube, the man. I respect Ice Cube in terms of what he's brought to the game. He's one of the pioneers. So hats off to him.
True. That's when Aries started feeling the heat. For real. He got all emotional and launched into a whole rant aimed at Cube again. Man was hurt over Cube calling him out, and instead of falling back, he went all in. And that's where it all really fell apart, because Aries Spears straight up folded his own argument.
I said I wasn't a fan of his artistry.
In the same breath, he says he respects Ice Cube as a man, but also claims Cube's never done anything.
And then
impressive.
Secondly,
that's
it's
not
always
just a
funny.
bad
People call me a
take.
hater
That's
because
a
they love to
full-blown
highlight
contradiction.
when I say
And
I don't like
fans weren't
something, as
having
though
it. They
I
didn't
don't have
drag
love
him
for
for
anything.
speaking his mind. They dragged him for flip-flopping and then trying to play the victim once the heat came back. One person commented, "You can't throw shots and then cry when somebody throws them back." Another hit harder. "You can have opinions, but after that skit, G, you not valid. Ice Cube a made man."
Did you call me?
Oh yes, Uncle Pete. Can you watch TJ for me? I need to run to the I gotta run some air. I need to go to cleaners, and I should be coming back. Okay?
All right, baby.
Thank you.
And then somebody brought up the darkest chapter in Aries Spears' past, and suddenly this wasn't just a celebrity beef. This was serious. Let's talk about that Tiffany Haddish lawsuit. Back in 2022, Aries and Tiffany were hit with a disturbing lawsuit involving grooming allegations.
Are you and Tiffany still good?
Yeah.
Okay, so she doesn't hold anything against you in terms of...
I mean,
she participated in the whole thing, so it's not like she could, but I'm just saying, you know how people get.
Man, we good. We good.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there going to be a point where you could talk about this?
I told you, when that point comes, you're going to pay me.
It centered around a so-called comedy skit where a child is left alone with a creepy adult, played by Aries. The camera angles, super uncomfortable. The tone, straight up wrong. And when clips resurfaced, Twitter blew up. Even the Shade Room posted the footage, and it was ugly. The backlash was immediate. And even though the case ended up settled and the video was scrubbed offline, that stain on Aries' name, still there, still loud. And what did he do after that? He ran right back to Vlad TV. Fans started noticing. Aries was showing up on Vlad more than Vlad himself, always complaining about being blackballed, ranting about how he should be as big as Kevin Hart. But the truth, people saw the pattern. Aries was talking more than he was working.
Equation will never be satisfied. Why? Because some other will come along that'll take and blow the world up, and you'll want to be that. And there's some other will come around and have as talented as you, or possibly more, and then you're going to get upset because again, you focus on everything that is not you.
Hold up.
Everything you want,
wait a minute,
but not what's in your present space.
And the only time his name popped up was when he was caught in drama. It wasn't comedy clips, sold out tours, or movie roles putting Aries Spears back in the headlines. It was scandals and messy sound bites. He wasn't trending for his stand-up. He was going viral for dissing legends, stirring beefs, or digging up old drama, hoping folks still cared. But let's keep it real. That's not even the full picture. Behind the scenes, Aries built up a rep in the industry, and it ain't a good one. Former castmates have come forward saying he was hard to work with, always had an ego, and stayed trying to one-up everybody in the room. He had talent, sure, solid impressions, sharp crowd work, but he never got that Chappelle-level breakout moment. And that kind of bitterness, it festers. Now flip the lens. Why did this whole beef backfire so hard for Aries? Because when you take shots at Ice Cube, you're not just messing with a rapper, you're firing at a cultural giant. Let's run it down real quick. No Vaseline, still ranked among the top 3 diss tracks of all time. Period. Friday, that's not just a movie. That's a franchise that redefined black comedy, created legends, and became a cornerstone in hip-hop culture. Big 3 League. Cube built an entire basketball league from nothing, and now it's got NBA legends and major investors behind it. And before all that, Cube was ghostwriting for Eazy-E, Dre, Ren, basically the whole NWA catalog as a teenager. Meanwhile, what's Aries Spears' legacy? Some mad TV impersonations, a handful of decent stand-up moments, and now going viral for clowning Cube on podcasts and catching heat in every comment section. Not the legacy he thought he'd have. And now Aries is stuck in a loop, talking more than he's creating. He's beefing with legends, calling out names, but not dropping anything new that actually sticks. It's like every few months, he pops up on a podcast, rants about being overlooked, throws shade at somebody who actually did something, and disappears until the next meltdown. And the streets are noticing. People ain't dumb. They see the pattern. Aries ain't trending for jokes. He's trending for drama. Every time someone challenges him, instead of leveling up, he goes back to old interviews, old clips, trying to justify himself instead of just working. Meanwhile, Ice Cube out here still making moves. The man's got classic albums, classic movies, a whole sports league, and still commands respect in every room he walks into. He doesn't need to respond, but when he does, it's surgical. Quick, calm, deadly. And that's where Aries lost. Not because he can't talk, he can talk all day, but because in this game, work speaks louder than whining. You can't just scream blackballed forever while disrespecting the same culture you want to be embraced by. Cube built his legacy on impact. Aries is out here building his off of outbursts. So now he's stuck, caught between legends he insulted, fans who've checked out, and a career that just won't evolve. And at this point, the only thing keeping his name floating is controversy, and that's a dangerous lane to live in. What makes it even worse? Aries Spears knows he fumbled the bag. Instead of letting things cool off, he kept doubling down like that would win people over, but it only made things worse. Every new podcast appearance turned into another cringe moment, another reason for folks to clown him. And here's the truth, comedy has changed. The world moved on. You can't just drop edgy jokes with zero punchline and call it art. People want clever, not creepy. But Aries, he's stuck in an old era, still thinking shock value equals relevance. Meanwhile, younger comics are building platforms, selling out shows, getting Netflix deals, and doing it without disrespecting legends. And let's not forget, Aries keeps bringing up Kevin Hart like it's a rivalry, but it's not. Kevin lapped him a long time ago. Kevin's global, got stadiums, movies, brands. Aries? He's in comment sections arguing with fans saying, I should be bigger than him, like that's gonna change the scoreboard. The more he talks, the more it feels like he's mad at the game for evolving without him. And instead of adapting, he's lashing out at Cube, at 50, at the culture that once embraced him. So now Aries Spears is known less for being funny and more for being bitter. His comedy ain't leading headlines, his controversies are. And if this keeps up, people won't remember him for his jokes. They'll remember him as the dude who tried to come for legends and ended up burning bridges he was barely standing on in the first place. And this, right here, this is why fans backed Ice Cube with no hesitation. But here's the twist that really sealed the deal. When Cube dropped the teaser cast list for the long-awaited Final Friday movie, Aries Spears' name was nowhere to be found. Now maybe he was never in the running to begin with, but the timing, it had the internet buzzing. Fans were convinced Cube was sending a clear message. No matter how many voices Aries can mimic, he's never getting cast where it actually matters. So yeah, Aries Spears got what he wanted. He went viral, but not for the laughs, not for the work. He's trending now because 2 certified legends looked at him and called him a nobody. And the wildest part, nobody even disagreed. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like, drop a comment, share it with your crew, and subscribe to the channel, because we got more heat dropping soon.